This segment of the news is brought to you by Desert View Hospital, providing emergency medical care around the clock at 360 South Lola Lane. Learn more at desertviewhospital.com. Physicians are not employees or agents of this hospital.
Welcome back to News 46. In today's Business First Brief, Angela Miles tells us about another U.S. company taking its business out of the country.
Topping our news, Cisco is the tech stock to watch today. Shares rallied in the after-hours trading session. The networking company revealed earnings, revenue, and a forecast that all beat Wall Street estimates. A storage company in the U.S. is heading for the border to move to Mexico. According to the Chicago Tribune, Stack-On Products plans to close 2 Illinois plants in October, laying off 153 people. The company's HR director says it's due to President Trump's action on tariffs, which are driving up costs. Employees will have the option to relocate to El Paso. Factory numbers rose to a solid 0.3% in July as plants put out more cars, electronics, and appliances. Factory production is strong. Still, economists are concerned the Trump tariffs could spark retaliation, making it more expensive for American companies to produce products.
Thanks, Angela. And area police took a woman into custody after she broke into a home, then threw rocks at deputies.
Lucille Macias has been arrested for home invasion, battery on a protected person, battery on a protected person while in custody, assault on a protected person, and indecent exposure. According to the declaration of arrest, deputies were dispatched in reference to a domestic disturbance. The Nye County Sheriff's Office dispatch said that the female had fled and was somewhere in the area. Upon arrival, deputies located the female sitting on the side of Clark Road, near Heritage Drive here in Pahrump. Deputies identified the female as Lucille Macias and then learned that this was not a domestic disturbance, but, in fact, a home invasion. The victim, who was on scene, reported that the female had allegedly forced entry into his front door using a hammer. Lucille, at one point, also allegedly pulled down her shirt, exposing her right breast. During a conversation between deputies and the victim, Lucille picked up multiple rocks and threw them in their direction, in which several rocks struck one of the deputies' right leg and foot. Soon after, deputies observed multiple marks on the front of the victim's door, consistent with a hammer. Just a short distance away, a hammer with fresh white marks on its head was located. Notably so, the victim's door, in which was damaged, was also white. Lucille Macias was then transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. This is Peyton Kingston for News 46.
And in another arrest, a female attempting to retrieve her child from a home is taken into custody by deputies.
Chelsea Marshall has been arrested for 2 counts of forgery, 5 counts of grand larceny of a firearm, 2 counts of burglary, obtaining money under false pretenses over $650, obtaining money under false pretenses under $650, and possession of a stolen credit card. According to the declaration of arrest, deputies were dispatched to a home on Ravine Road in reference to a custodial interference. Upon arrival, deputies were confronted by Chelsea Marshall, who advised that her juvenile daughter was inside the residence and that she wished to retrieve the juvenile. Allegedly, Chelsea had recently moved out of the residence and, in doing so, had stolen multiple personal checks belonging to the victim, wrote the checks out to herself, forged the victim's signature, and then cashed the checks. Each check totaled to $80. The victim advised that he had recently discovered that he was missing multiple firearms, one in which Chelsea admitted to pawning after being confronted. However, a records check utilizing leads online revealed Chelsea had pawned all 5 of the firearms since December 15th of 2017. When questioned about the firearms, Chelsea advised that the victim had given her permission to pawn a firearm and denied pawning multiple firearms. The victim was able to provide serial numbers for 3 of the 5 firearms in question. Chelsea received a total of $1,235 for pawning the firearms at a business in Las Vegas. At this time, the victim reported multiple items missing, including a Dooney and Burke purse, which was also determined as having been pawned by Chelsea in leads online. Chelsea Marshall was placed under arrest and transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. Upon arrival, deputies located a Care credit card belonging to the victim inside of Chelsea's wallet. Deputies contacted the victim and were advised that Chelsea was not allowed to possess the item. This is Peyton Kingston reporting for News 46.
And stay tuned to News 46. Right after this break, we have some helpful legal tips that just might save you some money.